All right, welcome to EDU 210 Late Start. Our official start date isn't until March 19th, but I thought it would be nice to open up the Canvas shell early over spring break for you to look around and get started if you'd like. You'll notice that while we have due dates and assignments will close, you're welcome to work ahead if you would like to, especially since this is a faster paced course. Plan to spend quite a decent chunk of time reading and going through the course materials and submitting assignments every week. That being said, I will do my best to grade and turn things back around for you as quickly as I can. I think that you'll get into the rhythm during the 7 weeks we're together and notice that a lot of things are the same every week. Every week you'll have chapter quizzes, every week you'll have discussion board posts. So that shouldn't be too difficult, but if you have any questions about technology along the way, don't hesitate to ask. I don't want the modality of this course to impede the learning. We're going to talk a lot about critical thinking concepts, multiculturalism, and then different facets of culture that I think are really, really interesting. And I hope by the end of this course you feel more knowledgeable and interested in them as well. Do note that you will have a final project due that you might want to start working on sooner rather than later. That will be due in week 8, and you can choose between doing a service learning project or submitting a research project. So look into that right away. There is an assignment soon where you will tell me what your plans are. It's okay if those change, but I just want to know what you're thinking so that I can guide you in the right direction if you're a little off base. So the research project needs to be cross-cultural, meaning it needs to address 2 different facets of culture, so socioeconomic status and gender, or gender and religion, or 2 things that we talk about in this class. And then the service learning project needs to involve humans. So every semester I get a question about whether or not people can volunteer at the Humane Society, and the answer is yes, as long as you'll be working with other people. If all you're doing is walking dogs, you won't be able to answer the questions related to social sciences and multiculturalism that require you to interact with other human beings. So just keep that in mind. I also want you to gear those projects, you only have to pick one, toward your interests later on. So your career goals, things you're feeling out. If you think you might want to be a teacher, maybe doing service learning in the classroom would be a good idea. If you're thinking something in the medical field or in psychology, maybe you can find a place to volunteer that would give you some insight into a profession you're interested in. So use it to kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you can. I think that's all I have to say for right now. I'll check back in again at the actual due date of the class, or the start date of the class, and then every week thereafter to make sure everybody's on track. But if you have any questions between now and the actual start date, don't hesitate to ask. I'll probably jump on my email at least a couple times over spring break. And then of course, my office hours are listed in the syllabus, and I am really good at checking my email. I'm not so good at answering the phone or returning phone calls. So email is your best bet, but I'd love to meet you during my office hours the week after spring break if you have time to stop by. My office is in Building 3, so that's on the Prescott campus above the cafeteria, and my room number is 253. So yeah, I hope to hear from some of you, to meet a lot of you, and don't forget the first week classes start. You do need to post your introduction within the first 4 days of class, or you might be dropped. That's a college policy to ensure that everybody who's registered is participating in case somebody who wants to get in the class can register, because every semester there are a few no-shows. So be sure to get in there and post your introduction. This class is full, so if you do get dropped, you will lose your seat, so don't forget to do that. All right, I'll check back in again soon. Have a great spring break, everybody.